we're going to talk now about our book series. And actually, we have 3 different types of books that we produce. First is 16 Things We All Can Do to Act Right and Help Save the Planet. That's our reference book series. Then we have our Legacy Lifelines series, which includes our Memorial Special Edition, our memoirs, and then later next year we'll be producing books on friendship and relationships. And then we have our financial literacy and planning book, which is The Working Dead. So first up, what I'm going to do is go into a little bit more in depth about our 16 Things book series, and I will go ahead and show you what this looks like. So can you all see right now on the screen the cover of this book?
Yes.
Okay, great. And we'll expand that image. Okay, so this is a book that we're going to be producing, and it's on sustainability. And each book that we do goes into 16 problems in a particular area. So we have books that we're doing on mental health. We've got books that we're doing on community service, community issues. We've got books that we're doing on leadership. And each book presents 16 problems associated with that topic and a scenario about that, well, that illustrates that problem, and then how and what we normally do that isn't a good thing. And then each problem is addressed by 2 experts in the industry that say why we need to solve that problem and what we need to do to solve it. And along with the tremendous information that they supply, there's also their color photo, their background, their accomplishments, and their social media. So the books are really expert reference books, and we're not talking about producing 500 books, 5,000 books. We're talking about 100,000 books on a particular subject, which has a circulation of 500,000. They can go out to our 5x5, our top-down schools, churches, temples, mosques, religious organizations, NPO, NGOs, agencies, and businesses, as well as into library, bookstores, and things like this. And what happens is that these are expert reference books on the subject. And in the book, our goal is we educate, we get people to take action in order to achieve the objective, which is, right, the change that we need to see in this particular area. The books also form the basis of One Planet, One People social responsibility workshops. Everyone who has the book has the opportunity to start their own workshop group. In the book, it tells you how to do it. There is absolutely no cost for doing this. So it's a way for you to go ahead and build relationships, which really act as a support group for you in this area. And it's support that can last a lifetime. The reason why people join fraternities and sororities in college is because they want the social interaction, but also they want the connections that could last a lifetime. That's what the books do. So they help people, right, build relationships among group members. And then 2, by taking action on these issues, you're helping strengthen your community. And those are the 2 keys that lead to better quality of life for people. It's not a question of how much money you make. It's not a question of how much drugs you take. It's really a question of the quality of your relationships. And that's what, right, the 16 Things book series allow people to do. And what we do also is we set up scholarships in the name of every featured expert. So in the book, there are 32 featured experts. We set up scholarships to give 500 youth or disadvantaged people in a particular area that they're interested in having these books go into. So right from the bat, right out of the gate, there's literally 16,000 people that could be benefiting from the workshops just from the featured experts alone. That's tremendously powerful. Okay, so that is a little bit behind the 16 Things book series. And then we're going to go into next the Legacy Lifelines books. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen again. And before I do that, this is just another copy of a cover design for the Global Citizenship book on civility, social responsibility, and global citizenship. And you can see these are problem areas. I hope you can see this. These are problem areas that people face in their lives. So this is a solutions book to issues that are really important. Okay. And let's see, just going through some of our programs here and looking for some of the books. Okay. Okay, so this is our Legacy Lifelines Memorial book. And this book is actually coming out in October. And what we've done is we've pledged to give away a free copy of the step-by-step guide to every family in the world who's lost a loved one due to COVID-19. But this is also part of a book series. And the thing is that when we go ahead and publish the books, there are a lot of different fields that go into making the book happen. It's not just the writing, the design, and then the publishing. It's also the outreach, the engagement, the inspiration in order to get people to see the book, to be interested enough to look at it, and then to get engaged and have it make a difference in their life. So in order to do that, we've got to go ahead and build everything from websites, right, to do this, to apps, to graphics that go out on different social media platforms, to communications that go out to different media, as well as a whole host of other things. So it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter what your interests are. There are tie-ins that actually relate to all the books that we do. So you would just go ahead, attend an orientation, tell us what your interests are, and then we'll go ahead and determine, right, with you what the best area for you to go into and what the best course of actions for you to take. And you can do this through our volunteer program, or you can do it if you're still in school at any level, from undergraduate to graduate, postgraduate, even high school and earlier. You can go ahead and do it as an internship or an internship or a mentorship program. Okay, so this is what a finished copy of the book would look like. And this is just background information on the books. If you're interested in the business side of what we do, whether it's for the 16 Things book, the Memorial book, or the next book that we're going to get into, we have opportunities for people in sponsorship, in corporate social responsibility, in even sales and marketing, because it is a product, okay? And you can learn and earn based upon the results that you get. So there's that opportunity as well. And the Legacy Lifelines book is something that we're coming out with, and we're going to allow schools, religious organizations, NPOs and NGOs, non-governmental organizations around the world, governments and government agencies, as well as companies, to participate in the distribution of those books for free to people around the world. So the thing is, if you want to go ahead and help make an impact, you can work on this aspect also. In other words, making the connections, and then we build the relationships in order to make things happen. And for companies and organizations, it's a tremendous avenue for them to get positive goodwill generated, because they're demonstrating their social responsibility and global citizenship concern for people when it has nothing to do with their business. And that's what a lot of times today, you know, shareholders and stakeholders want to see. In other words, it's not just about the bottom line, and it's not just about the business you're in. We're all connected, and companies that understand that and can demonstrate that are the ones that are going to be more successful and hopefully be around a lot longer, because consumers as well as employees want to feel that they're buying from or they're working for companies that are concerned about quality of life for people. And nowhere is that more present than what you're seeing with, right, you know, Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, where companies are coming out and saying, hey, we support it, because they realize the time for inaction is over. It's a different world, okay? And we've got to start addressing these issues and doing something positive about them, because the inequalities and the injustices are just too great for us to stand still and do nothing. And that's a good thing. Okay, and we have programs for that as well. We'll get into that, right, in another section. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about our other books, which are the Working Dead book series. Let me call that one up. And let's see. There we go. My Adobe PDFs went bye-bye. Okay. So this is The Working Dead. This is a book I wrote because we go to school for 12, 16, 18, 20, 24 years. Yet, even if our majors were finance, economics, or business, we never really learn how money works. And I myself experienced that firsthand. I went to college, went to law school to help people, and then became a successful business owner. And when you're successful and you make money, there's only a limited number of things that you can do with it after you've made more than enough to pay your expenses. And what people do is they put it in two areas normally. They put it into real estate, and they have investment property, they have their landlord, they have tenants, and they put it into the stock market. And that's what I did. I did both. And with investment property and being a landlord, right? It's not the most entertaining thing in the world. There's a lot of things that go into it that you've got to go ahead and take care of. And there's a lot of unexpected things that could happen to your property. One year, our tenant went away in a house that we had that they were renting, and they didn't account for the fact that it was wintertime and there could be a prolonged freeze, and you're supposed to just turn on the water a little bit so it drips, so the water doesn't freeze in the pipes. Sure enough, the water froze in the pipes, and they came home and the water was still running. The pipes had defrosted after bursting, and the entire house was flooded. And that included 3 stories. So the thing is, real estate was not my favorite thing to put, investment money into. And the stock market, I won money and I lost money. I have no control over the market, and neither do you. And anyone who tells you differently, right, should be in jail for insider trading. So, right, don't follow their advice, okay? The thing is that with the stock market, like I said, you don't have control. It's a gamble. And I ended up losing over 6 figures in the market. And I'm not alone. I met brokers, financial advisors who lost 6 figures in the market. And the thing is, we're middle class, okay? Oftentimes we have children. Those children are going to be going to college or going to college, and we really can't afford to lose that money. So neither of those 2 investments are ideal over the long term. Maybe real estate over the long term can be a little bit better, okay, or a lot better. But the thing is, they're both problematic. So but what else do we do? Well, the thing is, we really don't know what to do. And we don't really have great options. But the rich, they have a lot more options than we do. And it's not just because they have more money, it's because they help write the tax code. And in the tax code, if you know what to do, where to go, and what companies to connect to, you can have much better outcomes. So the thing is, I spent several years researching this and talking to people in different companies and becoming a financial advisor myself. And I was able to go ahead and put the concepts and the principles of really how money works into the working dead. And that's why it's the essential survival guide of how to protect, save, and invest for yourself, your family, and your future. And the thing is that from this, it's not just a question of having the education. You actually need to take action. So in conjunction with the book and in conjunction with the education, there are ways that individuals can go ahead and learn how to set up for themselves, their family, and their futures through the IRS tax code, the IRC tax code, and multi-billion-dollar companies, where if you just went to the company directly without the knowledge of where to go, what to do, and how to go ahead and get the help you need, they're not going to go ahead and give it to you, because 99% of the people in that company don't even know about the programs themselves, because those companies put people in the programs that make them the most money. And we are not rich enough to go into the programs that the rich did in conjunction with the tax code for them to go ahead and have advisors for us in the company. But we bridge that gap for people. So the thing is that in conjunction with the book, we have workshops that we do called Money Matter Mastery workshops, and we are also putting together for the first time educational courses that go into not only the concepts, but different aspects of people's lives that they need to know, where this information isn't properly being taught on any level through our educational system. And also, when you go work for companies, the custom benefit plans that you're given, if the company has one, 401k plans for retirement, 403b for nonprofit related plans, and 457 plans from governments, those plans don't give you what you need to know in order to go ahead and have quality of life later on. So the programs that we do go into not only the concepts, but also into the 4 foundations that people need to do in order to go ahead and have that successful quality of life during their entire life, not just in retirement. So if you're interested in learning more about this, by all means, go ahead and get in touch with us, just like any of the other books, and we'll be more than happy to go ahead and assist you. And again, multiple fields go into everything that we do. So it doesn't matter what your background is. All that matters is that you have the desire, you got the determination, you're willing to learn, and you're going to take action. And then we'll be able to go ahead and match you up with your interests, and then make you the person who makes a difference in other people's lives, so that you can be the inspiration to helping people. So this is a quick overview of 3 of our book programs, okay, and also some of the workshops that go along with that. So look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is Lyle Benjamin from Planned Acts of Kindness. Hope to be talking with you soon.